The stars twinkled in the vast expanse of space, silent witnesses to the birth of a new era. In the heart of the Milky Way, a powerful force was rising. The Galactic Empire, a civilization that had grown beyond the confines of a single world, was spreading its influence across the stars. At the helm of this empire stood Emperor Zaxthor, a being of immense intellect and ambition. His eyes, a swirling mix of purple and gold, gazed upon holographic maps of countless star systems. With each passing cycle, more planets fell under the Empire's control. "Your Majesty," a voice called out, breaking the Emperor's concentration. It was High Admiral Kelleron, the Empire's most decorated military leader. "We have news from the Outer Rim." Zaxthor turned, his flowing robes of shimmering material catching the light. "Speak, Admiral. What news do you bring?" Kelleron bowed low, his forearms crossed over his chest in a sign of respect. "Our long-range scouts have discovered a new solar system. It's different from the others we've encountered." The Emperor's interest was piqued. "Different? How so?" The Admiral activated a holographic display, showing a small solar system with 8 planets orbiting a yellow star. The third planet from the star shows signs of intelligent life, but that's not what makes it unique. Zaxthor leaned in, his eyes narrowing as he studied the hologram. "Continue." "The inhabitants, they call themselves humans, have achieved spaceflight. They've even sent primitive probes beyond their solar system. But..." Kelleron paused, seeming unsure how to continue. "But what, Admiral? Speak freely." "They've done all this without developing faster-than-light travel. They're confined to their own system, yet they've made remarkable progress in other areas of technology." The Emperor's lips curled into a smile. "Fascinating. A species with such potential, ripe for the taking. They could make valuable additions to our workforce." But Kelleron wasn't finished. "There's more, Your Majesty. Our initial scans show that their planet is rich in resources, water, minerals, and some elements we've never encountered before." Zaxthor's eyes widened. A treasure trove of new resources could fuel the Empire's expansion for centuries to come. "Prepare a diplomatic mission," he ordered. "We'll offer them a chance to join our glorious empire peacefully." "And if they refuse?" Kelleron asked, already knowing the answer. The Emperor's face hardened. "Then we'll take what we want by force. One insignificant planet cannot stand against the might of the Galactic Empire." As preparations began for the mission to Earth, neither Zaxthor nor any of his advisors could have predicted what awaited them. The humans, isolated on their blue planet, were blissfully unaware of the storm heading their way. In the following weeks, the Empire's fastest ships sped towards the Sol system. On board were diplomats trained in hundreds of first contact scenarios, soldiers ready for any resistance, and scientists eager to study this unusual world. Little did they know that Earth, despite its apparent isolation, was far from defenseless. Humans, with their short lifespans and limited resources, had developed a tenacity and inventiveness that would soon shock the galaxy. As the Empire's ships entered the solar system, Earth's most advanced sensors picked up their approach. In secret bunkers and hidden command centers around the globe, military leaders and politicians gathered to face this unprecedented threat. The stage was set. 2 civilizations, one ancient and vast, the other young and determined, were about to collide. The fate of Earth, and perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. The Galactic Empire was about to learn a harsh lesson. Sometimes, the most dangerous adversary is the one you underestimate. As the Galactic Empire's ships entered the Sol system, Earth's leaders scrambled to respond. In a hidden bunker deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, the United Earth Defense Council gathered for an emergency meeting. General Sarah Chen, head of Earth's combined military forces, stood before a large screen showing the approaching alien fleet. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're facing an unprecedented situation. Alien ships have entered our solar system and are heading straight for Earth." The room erupted in murmurs and gasps. President Alejandro Rodriguez raised his hand for silence. What do we know about their intentions, General? Chen's face was grim. Not much, Mr. President. But given their advanced technology and the size of their fleet, we must assume they're not here for a friendly chat. Dr. Aisha Patel, Earth's leading xenobiologist, spoke up. We should try to communicate with them. This could be our chance to make first contact with an advanced civilization. Or our last chance to defend our planet, countered Admiral Yuki Tanaka. We need to ready our defenses immediately. As the debate raged on Earth, the Galactic Empire's diplomatic ship approached. On board, Ambassador Krulnax prepared for his mission. His tentacles twitched nervously as he rehearsed his speech one last time. Remember, High Admiral Kelleran reminded him, offer them a place in the Empire. If they refuse, well, that's why we brought the fleet. As the alien ship entered Earth's orbit, it broadcast a message in every human language. People of Earth, we come in peace. We request a meeting with your leaders to discuss your integration into the Galactic Empire. The message sent shockwaves around the world. Social media exploded with theories and panic. Governments tried to maintain order as people rushed to stock up on supplies or flee to the countryside. Back in the bunker, President Rodriguez made a decision. We'll meet them, but on our terms. General Chen, prepare a delegation and keep our forces on high alert. The meeting was set for neutral ground, the International Space Station. As the Earth delegation boarded their shuttle, tension was high. The fate of humanity rested on their shoulders. Ambassador Krulnax and his team docked with the ISS, marveling at the primitive yet ingenious construction. As the airlock opened, humans and aliens came face to face for the first time. President Rodriguez stepped forward. Welcome to Earth's territory. I am President Alejandro Rodriguez, representing the United Nations of Earth. Krulnax bowed slightly, his translator converting his clicks and whistles into English. Greetings, President. I am Ambassador Krulnax of the Galactic Empire. We bring you an opportunity to join our grand civilization. The discussions that followed were tense. Krulnax extolled the benefits of joining the Empire. Advanced technology, protection from cosmic threats, and a place in a galactic community. But with each promise came a catch. Earth would be subject to imperial law. Its resources would belong to the Empire, and humans would serve in the imperial forces. As the implications became clear, General Chen's eyes narrowed. And if we refuse this generous offer? Krulnax's tone turned cold. Then you will be considered hostile to the Empire. The consequences would be severe. President Rodriguez stood up, his voice firm. Ambassador, we appreciate your offer, but Earth and its people will remain free. We are not interested in becoming part of your empire. The ambassador's tentacles writhed in agitation. You don't understand. You have no choice. The Empire, Rodriguez interrupted, has no authority here. This meeting is over. Earth declares no entry for the Galactic Empire. As the Earth delegation left, Krulnax hissed into his communicator. Diplomacy has failed. Inform the fleet. We take this planet by force. Little did the Empire know, Earth had been preparing for this moment ever since they detected the alien fleet. As Imperial ships moved into attack position, humanity stood ready to defend their home. The battle for Earth was about to begin. The skies above Earth crackled with energy as the Galactic Empire's warships moved into attack formation. On the bridge of the Imperial flagship, High Admiral Kelleran watched with cold satisfaction. Commence the attack, he ordered. Show these primitives the might of the Empire. As the first volley of energy beams streaked towards Earth, humanity's defenders sprang into action. General Sarah Chen's voice rang out in command centers around the globe. Operation Slingshot is go. I repeat, Operation Slingshot is go. Suddenly, hidden installations on the Moon, Mars, and several asteroids powered up. These were humanity's secret weapons, developed in anticipation of this very moment. Massive electromagnetic pulse cannons, powered by fusion reactors, fired in unison. The Imperial fleet, caught off guard by attacks from unexpected directions, found their advanced shields flickering and failing. Several smaller ships immediately lost power and began to drift. Admiral Kelleron's eyes widened in shock. Impossible. How could these humans have such technology? On Earth, President Rodriguez addressed the United Nations. Today, we face the greatest threat in human history, but we do not face it unprepared or alone. For years, our nations have worked in secret, pooling our resources and brilliance. Today, we stand united against tyranny. As he spoke, the next phase of Earth's defense revealed itself. Swarms of small, agile fighters emerged from hidden bases around the planet. These were not the clunky rockets of old, but sleek craft powered by reverse-engineered alien tech, gleaned from crashed UFOs and secret government projects. Dr. Aisha Patel, monitoring the battle from a hidden lab, allowed herself a small smile. The Empire thought us primitive, but they never considered that we've been preparing for this moment for decades. In space, the battle raged. Imperial ships, though advanced, found themselves outmaneuvered by Earth's forces. Human pilots, trained in simulations based on observed alien tactics, flew with a mix of skill and unpredictability that baffled the enemy. Ambassador Krelmax, watching the battle from his ship, felt a creeping sense of dread. He opened a channel to Admiral Kelleron. We underestimated them. Perhaps we should retreat and reassess. But Kelleron's pride wouldn't allow it. Never. We are the Galactic Empire. We do not retreat from primitives. On Earth, in towns and cities around the world, humans watched the sky with a mix of fear and hope. News channels showed glimpses of the battle, while governments urged calm and unity. In New York, a young girl pointed at the flashes in the sky. "Mom, are those fireworks?" Her mother, tears in her eyes, hugged her tight. "No, sweetie. That's humanity fighting for its future." As the battle entered its third hour, the tide began to turn decisively in Earth's favor. The Imperial fleet, unused to prolonged resistance, found its strategies failing. Human forces, on the other hand, fought with the desperation and creativity of those defending their home. General Chen, seeing an opportunity, gave her most daring order yet. "All units, execute Operation Trojan Horse." A group of Earth's largest ships, previously held in reserve, now charged directly at the Imperial flagship. The Empire, expecting a frontal assault, prepared to obliterate them. But at the last moment, the ships split apart, revealing their true nature. They were carriers, filled with smaller craft and a very special payload. Before the Empire could react, Earth's most elite soldiers, wearing powered armor suits that could operate in space, were magnetically launched towards the Imperial ships. They latched onto the hulls, cut their way inside, and began wreaking havoc from within. Admiral Kelleron, for the first time, felt fear. This cannot be happening. We are the Empire. We cannot be defeated by humans. Ambassador Krelmax finished for him, a note of awe in his voice. "Perhaps, Admiral, it's time we reconsidered our position." As alarms blared throughout the Imperial fleet and more ships fell to Earth's unexpected defenses, the greatest battle in human history raged on. The fate of Earth, and perhaps the galaxy, hung in the balance. As the battle raged on in space, Earth faced a new challenge. The Galactic Empire, realizing they couldn't win through sheer force, changed tactics. Several Imperial ships broke through Earth's defenses and entered the atmosphere, heading for major cities. General Sarah Chen's voice crackled over the global defense network. "They're trying to take hostages. All ground units, engage. Protect the civilians at all costs." In New York, London, Beijing, and other metropolises, people watched in terror as massive alien ships descended from the sky. But Earth was ready. Hidden defense systems in each city activated, revealing energy shields that the humans had reverse-engineered from captured alien tech. The Imperial ships crashed against these shields, unable to penetrate. In Central Park, New York, a young boy cheered as he watched an alien vessel bounce off the shimming barrier. "Take that, you big bullies." But the Empire wasn't done yet. Unable to land in the cities, they targeted less defended areas. In the countryside of France, an Imperial dropship landed, disgorging scores of alien troops. Local militia, armed with a mix of conventional weapons and experimental tech, engaged the invaders. Farmers rode tractors equipped with energy weapons, while teenagers used handheld EMP devices to disable alien tech. Pierre, an old vineyard owner, led a group of resistors. "They may have come from the stars," he shouted, firing his laser-modified shotgun, "but this is our land." Meanwhile, in orbit, the tide of battle continued to turn. Earth's space forces, though fewer in number, fought with a ferocity and creativity that baffled the Imperial fleet. Admiral Kelleran, watching another of his ships fall to Earth's defenders, slammed his fist on his command console. How are they doing this? On Earth, Dr. Aisha Patel worked furiously in her lab, coordinating with scientists around the world. They had made a breakthrough. "General Chen," she called over the secure line, "we've cracked their main encryption. We can shut down their entire fleet." Chen's eyes widened. "Do it, Doctor. End this war." In space, human hackers, armed with Dr. Patel's decryption key, launched a massive cyber attack on the Imperial fleet. Ship after ship suddenly lost power, their advanced systems unable to cope with the human viruses that invaded them. Ambassador Krulnax, watching in horror as the mighty Imperial fleet went dark, turned to Admiral Kelleran. "We've lost. We must surrender or be destroyed." Kelleran, his pride finally broken, nodded slowly. "Send the signal. All ships, stand down." As the remnants of the Imperial fleet powered down their weapons, cheers erupted across Earth. In Times Square, crowds gathered to watch the news on giant screens. In small villages in Africa, people danced in the streets. For the first time in history, all of humanity celebrated as one. President Rodriguez addressed the world from the UN headquarters. "People of Earth, we have faced our greatest challenge and emerged victorious. But our victory is not just in defeating an enemy, but in uniting as one people. Today, we are not Americans, Chinese, Russians, or Nigerians. We are Earthlings, and we have shown the galaxy that we will not bow to tyranny." As the speech concluded, the real work began. Earth had to deal with surrendering alien troops, salvage advanced technology from downed ships, and prepare for any potential retaliation from the wider empire. In a secret meeting room, world leaders gathered to discuss the future. General Chen laid out the situation. "We've won this battle, but the war may not be over. The Empire will likely send reinforcements once they learn of this defeat." Dr. Patel interjected, her eyes shining with excitement. "But think of what we've gained. The technology from these ships could advance us by centuries. We could be ready for them next time." President Rodriguez nodded thoughtfully. "We must prepare, not just for defense, but to take our place in the galaxy. Earth can no longer hide in isolation. We must be ready to stand as equals among the stars." As the meeting continued, outside the window, the sun rose over a changed Earth. Humanity had faced its greatest threat and emerged stronger, more united, and ready to claim its place in the cosmos. The Galactic Empire had intended to conquer a primitive world. Instead, they had awakened a sleeping giant. The message was clear: Earth was not to be trifled with. The age of human galactic exploration and expansion was about to begin. In the weeks following Earth's victory over the Galactic Empire's invasion force, the planet buzzed with activity. Salvage teams worked around the clock, recovering alien technology from downed ships. Scientists from every nation collaborated, piecing together the secrets of faster-than-light travel and advanced energy systems. Dr. Aisha Patel stood in her lab, surrounded by holographic displays of alien tech. "It's incredible," she muttered, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "Their basic physics is the same as ours, but the applications, We're looking at centuries of advancement in mere months. Meanwhile, in a high-security facility in Geneva, Ambassador Krelnak sat across from President Rodriguez and General Chen. The alien diplomat, once proud and condescending, now looked defeated. "You must understand," Krelnak said, his translator conveying a tone of urgency. "The Empire will not take this defeat lightly. They will send a larger force, one that could overwhelm even your impressive defenses." Rodriguez leaned forward, his face stern. "Then help us prepare. Your people tried to conquer us. Now you have a chance to make amends." Krelnak's tentacles writhed in what might have been nervousness. "If I help you, I'll be branded a traitor." "You'll be saving lives," Chen countered, "both human and imperial." After a moment's hesitation, Krelnak nodded. "Very well. I will tell you everything I know about the Empire's strategies, their weaknesses, and the other powers in the galaxy." As this high-level meeting continued, Earth's population adapted to their new reality. Schools added galactic studies to their curricula. Recruitment offices for the newly formed Earth Defense Force were flooded with volunteers. In a small town in Japan, an elderly man taught his granddaughter how to use a salvaged alien communication device. "Remember, Yuki," he said gently, "this is not just new technology. It's a bridge to other worlds." Yuki nodded, her young face serious. "Do you think I'll get to visit other planets someday, grandfather?" The old man smiled. "I'm sure you will, but first, we must make sure our home is safe." In orbit, construction began on Earth's first true space station. Unlike the small, primitive structures of the past, this was a massive complex designed to serve as a defensive platform and a port for future starships. Admiral Yuki Tanaka, newly promoted, oversaw the construction from a shuttle. "To think," she mused, "just months ago, this would have been impossible. Now we're taking our first real steps into the cosmos." But not all was peaceful. In dark corners of the globe, some saw the alien technology as a way to gain power. Rogue nations and criminal organizations scrambled to acquire alien weapons, leading to new conflicts that the United Earth government struggled to contain. In a hidden base deep in the Amazon rainforest, a group of mercenaries examined a cache of stolen alien rifles. Their leader, a scared man known only as the Jackal, grinned wickedly. "With these, we could overthrow governments. We could rule the world." Little did he know, his transmission was being intercepted. In a secret facility, General Chen listened in, her face grim. "We save the world from aliens, only to face threats from our own kind," she said to her team. "Prepare a strike force. We move at dawn." As Earth dealt with these internal struggles, their scientists and engineers worked tirelessly. In a breakthrough moment, Dr. Patel and her international team managed to activate a captured Imperial ship. "We've done it," Patel exclaimed, watching as the ship's systems hummed to life. "We can now build our own starships. Earth can take its place among the stars." The news spread rapidly, igniting hope and excitement across the globe. Humanity, long confined to its tiny blue planet, was on the brink of becoming a spacefaring civilization. But with this great advancement came great responsibility. President Rodriguez, in a global address, reminded everyone of the challenges ahead. "We have claimed our right to the stars," he said, his voice firm. "But we must proceed with wisdom and unity. The galaxy is vast, filled with wonders and dangers alike. We must face it not as separate nations, but as one people, the people of Earth." As night fell, people around the world looked up at the stars with new eyes. The tiny points of light were no longer distant and unreachable. They were beacons, calling humanity to a new frontier. The future was uncertain, filled with both promise and peril, but one thing was clear: Earth was ready to meet it head-on. 6 months after Earth's victory over the Galactic Empire's invasion force, humanity stood on the brink of a new era. The first Earth-built starship, christened Nova Hope, was ready for its maiden voyage. At Cape Canaveral, now expanded into a massive spaceport, Crowds gathered to witness history. The sleek vessel, a blend of human ingenuity and reverse-engineered alien tech, gleamed in the morning sun. Captain Zora Malik, chosen to lead this historic mission, addressed the world's media. Today, we take our first true step into the galactic community. We go not to conquer, but to explore and to extend the hand of friendship to peaceful civilizations. As final preparations were made, Dr. Aisha Patel fussed over the ship's systems. Remember, she told Malik, the faster-than-light drive is still experimental. If anything feels off, don't hesitate to abort. Malik nodded, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Don't worry, Doc. We'll make Earth proud. Meanwhile, in the war room beneath the White House, President Rodriguez and his advisors monitored reports from deep space probes. General Chen pointed to a holographic map. Our long-range sensors have detected Imperial ships regrouping at these coordinates. They're preparing for another attack. Rodriguez's face hardened. How long do we have? A month, maybe 2, Chen replied. Then we need to make the most of this time, Rodriguez said. Continue upgrading our defenses, and let's hope Captain Malik's mission can find us some allies. As Nova Hope prepared for launch, not everyone on Earth celebrated. In hidden bunkers and secret meetings, dissenting voices grew louder. Marcus Thorne, leader of the Earth First movement, addressed his followers. Our leaders are fools, he shouted. They send our best into space while aliens could attack at any moment. We should use this technology to build an impenetrable shield around Earth, not gallivant across the galaxy. His words resonated with many who feared the unknown and longed for isolation. The movement grew, leading to protests and civil unrest in several countries. Back at Cape Canaveral, the countdown began. Nova Hope's engines hummed to life, a deep thrumming that vibrated through the ground. Captain Malik and her crew strapped in, their faces a mix of determination and awe. Nova Hope, you are cleared for launch, came the command from Mission Control. With a roar that echoed across continents, Nova Hope rose into the sky. Millions watched, their hearts soaring with the ship as it broke free of Earth's atmosphere and entered the vast expanse of space. Once in orbit, Malik turned to her crew. All right, everyone, this is it. Initiating faster-than-light drive in 3, 2, 1. There was a moment of disorientation, a blur of light, and suddenly, the familiar stars were replaced by an alien sky. They had done it. Humanity had achieved faster-than-light travel. As Nova Hope embarked on its mission of exploration and diplomacy, Earth continued its preparations. In laboratories around the world, scientists worked on new defensive technologies. Military bases trained soldiers in zero-gravity combat and the use of advanced weapons. Ambassador Krolnax, now working closely with Earth's leaders, provided invaluable intelligence. The Empire's strength lies in its unity, he explained during a strategy session. But that unity is enforced, not chosen. Many worlds under Imperial rule would welcome a chance for freedom. This information sparked a daring plan. Earth would not just defend itself, it would actively work to undermine the Empire's control, offering freedom and alliance to oppressed worlds. As weeks passed, Nova Hope made several remarkable discoveries. They encountered a peaceful race of silicon-based life forms, negotiated a trade agreement with a federation of aquatic worlds, and narrowly escaped a dangerous encounter with space pirates. Each success boosted morale back on Earth and strengthened humanity's position in the galaxy. But time was running out. The Imperial counterattack loomed closer with each passing day. In a bold move, President Rodriguez addressed the United Nations. "We've tasted freedom among the stars," he declared. "We've seen wonders beyond imagination. But now we must prepare for our greatest challenge yet. The Empire comes not just for us, but for the very idea of freedom in this galaxy. We must stand not just for Earth, but for all who yearn to break the chains of tyranny." His words ignited a fire in hearts around the world. The protests of the Earth First movement were drowned out by a surge of global unity and determination. As Earth's first line of defense took shape in orbit, as Nova Hope raced home with vital allies and information, as every person on the planet held their breath in anticipation, one thing became clear: win or lose, humanity would face its destiny among the stars. The Galactic Empire was coming. But this time, Earth was ready to shake the very foundations of the galaxy. The day of reckoning arrived sooner than expected. Earth's long-range sensors detected a massive Imperial fleet entering the solar system. This was no mere invasion force. It was an armada meant to crush any resistance and cement the Empire's dominance once and for all. In the Global Command Center, buried deep beneath the Himalayas, President Rodriguez stood surrounded by holographic displays of the approaching threat. General Chen's voice was grim as she reported, "They outnumber us 5-1. Mr. President, even with our new technology, this will be a hard fight." Rodriguez nodded, his face set with determination. "Then we make every ship, every shot, every sacrifice count. Activate the Avalon Protocol." Around the world, hidden defense systems sprang to life. Massive ion cannons emerged from mountain ranges, orbital platforms shifted into attack positions, and swarms of AI-controlled drones deployed from underground bases. As the Imperial fleet approached Mars, they encountered their first surprise. The red planet's polar ice caps suddenly sublimated, revealing massive heat sinks that had been hidden beneath. A blinding beam of concentrated solar energy lanced out, slicing through the lead Imperial ships. Admiral Kelron, leading the Imperial assault, stared in disbelief. Impossible. They've weaponized an entire planet. But Earth's defenses had only begun. As the Imperial fleet engaged Earth's frontline forces in the asteroid belt, they found themselves caught in a carefully prepared trap. Asteroids fitted with gravitic drives closed in, smashing into enemy ships or forcing them into the line of fire of Earth's defenders. The battle raged across the solar system. Nova Hope, recently returned from its mission, led a daring assault on the Imperial flagship. Captain Malik's voice crackled over the comms. "Remember, people, we're not just fighting for Earth now. We're fighting for every oppressed world in the galaxy." On Earth, civilians huddled in shelters, watching the battle unfold on view screens. In one shelter in Mumbai, a young girl clutched her mother's hand. "Are we going to be okay, Mama?" Her mother smiled bravely. "Of course, Beta. Our heroes are out there protecting us." As the battle reached its peak, Dr. Patel made a startling discovery. "The Imperial ships," she exclaimed. "They're all connected to a central command network. If we can access it, we can shut down their entire fleet." General Chen finished. "Do it." A team of the world's best hackers, led by Dr. Patel, launched a cyber assault on the Imperial network. It was a digital battle as fierce as the physical one raging in space. For agonizing minutes, humanity's fate hung in the balance. Suddenly, Imperial ships began to drift, their systems shutting down one by one. Admiral Kelron watched in horror as his mighty fleet was rendered impotent. "No, this cannot be. We are the Empire. We cannot be defeated by humans." Ambassador Krulnax finished, stepping onto the bridge of the Imperial flagship. "It's over, Admiral. Earth has won, and with it, the hope of freedom for countless worlds." As news of the victory spread, celebrations erupted across Earth, and on every free world in the galaxy. The Galactic Empire, once thought invincible, had been brought to its knees by the very planet it had dismissed as primitive. In the aftermath, Earth emerged not just as a defender of its own freedom, but as a beacon of hope for the entire galaxy. President Rodriguez, addressing a united Earth and countless watching alien worlds, declared, "Today marks the dawn of a new era. No longer will any species live under the boot of tyranny. Together, we will forge a galaxy of free peoples, united in peace and discovery." The fall of the Empire ushered in a period of radical change. Earth led the formation of a new galactic alliance, founded on principles of mutual respect and cooperation. Humans, once confined to a single world, now walked among the stars as equals. Captain Malik, standing on the bridge of Nova Hope as it prepared for another mission of exploration, smiled at her diverse crew of humans and aliens. "You know," she said, "I think this is what we were meant for all along. Not conquest, not isolation, but this, reaching out to the stars, making friends, building something greater than ourselves." As Nova Hope engaged its faster-than-light drive, streaking off towards new adventures, the galaxy watched in wonder. The humans, those unpredictable, innovative, determined humans, had changed everything. And the universe would never be the same again.